Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for your Chelsea Lincoln Carabao Cup third round preview. Chelsea go away from home against League One opposition Lincoln City. Lincoln have only lost one of their opening 9 matches this season. They are sat pretty right now in third place in the third tier of English football. And look, I don't want to get too carried away. I don't want to be too nervous, but I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit bloody nervous going into this one, just purely because Chelsea have been having a bit of a bad time of things recently, haven't we? The draw against Brentford felt like a defeat, beaten in Munich, beaten at Old Trafford, and it just feels like whatever positivity was building has kind of just been like that pin has gone into the balloon again, and it just feels as though we need some good results here. Between now and the next international break, I want to see us go on a winning run. We need to sort this out. And we finish, before that next international break, we host Liverpool. So we have got an opportunity here to turn things on its head, to get back to winning ways, so that during that next international break, we can actually take a little relax. We can feel the excitement again, feel the energy again. But somebody who right now is not feeling great at all is Cole Palmer. Now, he might be about to feel really great because at the time of me recording this video, the Ballon D'Or list is coming through and he's definitely made the top 11 at the time of me recording this video. But Enzo Maresca, in his press conference today, has been talking about Cole Palmer and how he's only found out today from the medical team that he might need surgery. Now, I don't know about you lot, but looking at Chelsea's track record when it comes to injuries to players, massive credit for the way that we have brought Reece James back into things, the way that we've managed him. But if Enzo Maresca is only finding out today that Cole Palmer might potentially need surgery, surely we've got to have a lot more authority when it comes to understanding the health and fitness of our players. Whether it's Cole Palmer or somebody that doesn't necessarily play every week, we're talking here about the well-being of and the health of our players. Like, we've got to be getting this right. And if Cole Palmer isn't ready to be playing football matches, he shouldn't be starting. And if Enzo Maresca is only hearing today, I don't want to just like blow this out of proportion, but when I'm hearing this, I'm thinking, well, Chelsea just haven't prepared for this situation. This isn't something that is brand new news. This isn't something that we would have learned or found out about 3 days ago, 4, 5, 6 days ago. This would have been known at the end of the transfer window when we still had time to actually do something about it. Meanwhile, Facundo Buonanotte doesn't even make the matchday squad, even though Cole Palmer's not been fully fit. Just saying, doesn't all make sense to me. I feel like there should have been a bit better planning in place there. But anyway, the question is, will we see big, heavy rotations? We probably should do, really, shouldn't we? Considering we're clearly struggling with fitness and keeping everybody fit after a Club World Cup, a long summer, and we've got to try and win this competition. The way that Chelsea exited the Carabao Cup last year, the Newcastle game, I believe it was Newcastle away, that we got beat in the Carabao Cup. I think it was like the 4th round. It just felt as though we didn't want to be in the competition. Now, for me, this is a perfect opportunity to try and win a trophy this year. After seeing us play Bayern Munich, not sure we're going to be ready for the Champions League. We're pretty much already out of it in the Premier League. Liverpool waving goodbye to absolutely everybody. So the Carabao Cup is an opportunity for Chelsea to go out there and win a piece of silverware, to keep that winning feeling going, to have a Wembley trip in February. And who knows what can happen as a result of that. Chelsea go to Wembley, win the competition. Lo and behold, it can do wonders for the rest of the Premier League season. And look, we've given ourselves a really tricky mountain to climb here, really, because there's a lot of things right now that just aren't going well for us. We're not seeing defensive stability, solidity. We're seeing players like Wesley Fofana come back into things, and I've got big question marks about, is he actually going to be able to hit the heights of the player that we thought was maybe there before, or the player that we've always envisaged being a Chelsea centre-back, but we've never quite seen it because he's always been out injured. So there's a lot of question marks right now about what is going to happen with this squad. And as well as that, we not only need a win, because if we lose to Lincoln, my word, the amount of questions that are going to be asked, and also, right, of course, there's going to be a watch-along on Shootout. I know a lot of you guys are tired of this already, because since Eunice and I started Shootout, Chelsea haven't had a single win. You could argue that we've not even had a single positive result in any of the watch-alongs that we've done, be it Arsenal hate-alongs or watching the Merseyside derby. All of the results that we have seen have not gone in Chelsea's favour. So make sure you're subscribed to Shootout, because tomorrow, fingers crossed, I don't know why I'm even sat here trying to pretend to be nervous. It's just excuses, right? If we don't beat Lincoln City of League One, who, by the way, they've had a very good start to the season. They're currently third in League One. They've only lost one of their opening 9 matches this season. So I don't want to disrespect them, but it's Chelsea. We have got to beat Lincoln. There is no if, buts, maybes, or rationale that I will sit here and give to you. We have to beat them. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go straight in to my Chelsea starting 11. Philip Jorgensen is in goal. Now, because Robert Sanchez's foul wasn't considered to be serious foul play, he's only got a 1-match ban. And apparently, that 1-match ban can actually count for this game in the Carabao Cup. So, Robert Sanchez has kind of gotten away with that one a little bit. Philip Jorgensen will be the Cup goalkeeper this season. And listen, right, we've spoken about it enough in the last 2 videos here on GBFC. Rob Sanchez, doesn't surprise me that we have seen an error of catastrophic magnitude at the start of this season. But fingers crossed, Philip Jorgensen can come in and put on a performance. Hopefully, keeping a clean sheet in the process. Moving in to this Chelsea defence. Malo Gusto right back. Josh Achampong has to play this game. Wesley Fofana, I want to keep seeing him get minutes. And Yoel Hato starting at left back for Chelsea. People have a lot of excitement about Yoel Hato, and I think it's time that we saw him play. He was a very, very good defender at Ajax. People have said, well, he's going to be a backup for Cucurella, and he was also potentially a centre-back backup as well. And considering we have seen some pretty poor centre-back performances recently from Chelsea, I'm surprised that we've not even remotely seen Josh Achampong given a chance since the opening day of the season, where he did very well, kept a clean sheet for us, and Yoel Hato as well. I want to see this kid get minutes. He's got such a bright future. Lots of people saying, he's going to be one of the best defenders in Europe. Well, let's go out there and see it. Yes, we're only playing against Lincoln bloody City from League One. But if that's the case, then these players will be able to show themselves. Malo Gusto, we don't need to play Reece James in a match like this. Malo Gusto starts at right back. But Josh Achampong is the one I want to focus on here, because he's going to be looking right now and looking at the performances of Tosin, probably in particular, and most likely Wesley Fofana too. Trev, excellent. Scored a great goal, brilliant assist from Reece the other night. And Trev has been the strongest centre-half we've got at the club this season. But for Josh, he's going to be looking at the amount, the number of opportunities, the minutes he's getting right now, and thinking, what on earth am I doing here? If he doesn't start and play the full 90 minutes tomorrow, serious questions need to be asked of Enzo Maresca and how we're managing this squad. Because this is the perfect opportunity for us to give minutes to some of these players. Now, when we move through the Chelsea midfield and into the attack, I have gone with a strong starting 11, because I don't want this to be a case where we need to make halftime subs because we started with a team that don't play together, that have never played together before, that can't get the job done because we underestimate Lincoln. Remember, this will be their biggest game of the season. This will be the biggest game they've had at their stadium for a very long time. So Chelsea, in a bad run of form, they're going to go into this thinking, if we get at this team, we could actually do something here. Or, alternatively, they just sit back and defend. They know that's how Chelsea get frustrated as well. So I've gone with a strong midfield of Enzo and Santos. I cannot say that Caicedo should start this game because the bloke needs a serious rest. But start with Enzo Fernandez, start with Andre Santos, and then if we need to, bring the likes of Sam Raksaki off the bench. I don't want Chelsea to be in an uphill battle and we need penalties to beat Lincoln in the League Cup. I want us to get the job done. And I think that is by going strong right at the beginning of the game, score a couple of goals, hopefully, and get the job done in the second half, make some substitutions, and then let those players see the game out. So, Santos and Enzo. Enzo Maresca said that he can see Andre Santos playing in the 6 as a 6. So let's see it tomorrow with the ability of Enzo Fernandez to get forward, get creative, and get the ball into the Lincoln penalty area. Now, the big question marks, the big excitement tomorrow is about the Chelsea attack. And this is what I've gone with. Garnacho as a false 9. Now, we don't really have many options because Mark Guiu is cup tied. Guiu played already for Sunderland, so we bought him back and we might think, he'll feature in the... No, he can't feature in the Carabao Cup. He's already played in the competition, so João Pedro doesn't look fully fit in my opinion, so he's got to be rested. And it's either Tyreek George as a false 9, but I've seen this a couple of times and it doesn't work. I am not a fan of seeing Tyreek George in the striker position. He's not a striker. I would much rather see Garnacho start there tomorrow because I think Garnacho and Gittins need minutes right now. They just need to get their legs out there on the football pitch. Esteval too will be absolutely gutted that he didn't get more than 5 minutes in the game against Manchester United, one of the biggest stadiums, one of the biggest games for any Chelsea player to play for the first time. He is going to be absolutely chomping at the bit to get out there tomorrow. And look, against that kind of opposition, you'd like to think that someone with the ability and the energy that Esteval's got will be able to run rings around that Lincoln City team. Gittins as well, we need to see something from him because right now, Garnacho and Gittins, there are already questions about have Chelsea actually spent the money in the right places? Should we have gone and bought a centre-back? Well, tomorrow we can see 2 centre-backs that have got big points to prove at the club. Wesley Fofana, who's been out injured for the majority of his Chelsea career, and Josh Achampong, one of the brightest young talents at this football club. Then when it comes to the attack, Gittins, Garnacho, Facundo Buonanotte didn't even make the matchday squad to face Manchester United the other day. So if he doesn't play here, or bringing him in on loan. Buonanotte doesn't start this game tomorrow. What was the point, genuinely? And I think a lot of people will be asking those questions if we don't see minutes for certain players out there tomorrow. Potentially, we might end up seeing Tyreek George on one of the other wings, maybe on the right wing if Esteval will be rested with the game against Brighton in mind at the weekend. But I really want us to go out there and get this job done. We can make the changes if we need to. I think we could see Shin Mweka in the squad. Harrison Murray-Campbell could be in the squad. Samrak Saki could be in the squad. There's a lot of questions that Chelsea need to answer here, but predominantly, I just want to see a flipping win on Shootout. I want to see us actually get the result. I'm a bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, because the last 3 games have not filled me with any kind of confidence whatsoever. The draw at Brentford, defeat in Munich, defeat at Old Trafford. Chelsea are in really poor form right now. Post-international break, we've capitulated a little bit. We need to get back into winning ways. Got Brighton at home at the weekend. That's not going to be easy either. We've got to win this game. I want to see us go as far as we possibly can in this tournament. You've got other big teams that have got easy matches too. Arsenal go to Port Vale. Man City go to Huddersfield. These teams are going to be going there and trying to get the wins too. Chelsea, get it done. As I said, link to Shootout in the description. We will be live about 45 minutes to an hour before kickoff. And look, fingers crossed, we're not dealing with any chaos here away to the imps from League One. Lincoln City, fair play to them. They've got this far already. 3rd round, Chelsea are in town. They're going to be up for it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Come on, you Blues.